Just when you thought the waters around Skull Island were safe, think again. The tranquil coastline explodes. Not with water, but with a churning vortex of black foam and decay. A monstrous head, bigger than any living thing should be, bursts from the depths. It's a serpent, all right, but one horribly twisted by death. Rotting flesh clings to its massive skull, and a sick green light pulses from its empty eye sockets. This is the stuff of nightmares. The giant zombie sea snake Anaconda. It lets out a screech that promises nothing but destruction and lunges for the shore. But from the jungle, an earth-shaking roar answers the challenge. A titan of muscle and fur, the island's one true king, charges into view. Kong has arrived. This zombie anaconda is a walking plague. Everywhere it slithers, the very ground blackens and dies. Just to be clear, this thing is a complete perversion of nature. Real anacondas are non-venomous freshwater constrictors from South America. They don't swim in the ocean, and they definitely don't spit corrosive goo. This beast, however, opens its jaw and spews a stream of black, sizzling venom. The vile liquid hits a grove of petrified trees, and they dissolve into sludge. But this is Kong's island. He's the eighth wonder of the world, and he doesn't back down from a fight. With a roar that shakes the mountains, he pounds his chest a declaration of war. He rips a giant boulder from a cliffside, muscles straining, and hurls it with incredible force. The rock smashes right into the anaconda's side, tearing away chunks of dead flesh. But the monster doesn't even flinch. It just turns its glowing, hateful eyes on Kong as the wound begins to stitch itself back together with that sickly green energy. The anaconda strikes with unnatural speed, a blur of rot and raw power. Kang meets the charge, catching the serpent's enormous head in his hands. It's a brutal contest of strength. Snake tries to coil around Kang to crush him like its living cousins would. But Kang is no ordinary opponent. He digs his feet into the bedrock, refusing to give an inch. He roars in pain as the anaconda's fangs, dripping with poison, slice his arm. The flesh sizzles and turns a dead gray. Kong stumbles back. How do you fight something that doesn't feel pain? Whose very touch is poison? The anaconda presses its advantage, lunging again, this time spraying that necrotic venom right at Kong's face. The ape god hurls himself aside just in time, the venom hitting the cliff behind him and turning solid rock into dust. Suddenly, the king is in real trouble. Kong isn't just about brawn, he's got brains too. He needs a new plan. He retreats into the jungle, using his knowledge of the terrain to his advantage. Anaconda gives chase, smashing through the forest like it's nothing. Kang is leading it somewhere specific, a deep, rocky canyon. As the serpent slithers into the trap, Kang makes his move. He leaps to the canyon's rim and, with a final desperate roar, smashes his fists down on the cliff edge. The rock groans and fractures. It's an avalanche of stone and earth thunders down, burying the anaconda's massive body. But Kong knows it's not over. Through the dust, he sees it a faint pulsing green glow, the source of the creature's unholy power. Peeking through a gap in the anaconda's shattered ribcage is a glowing necromantic heart beating with vile light. That's the engine driving this undead nightmare. Ignoring the searing pain in his arm, Kong leaps from the ledge, landing like a meteor next to the trapped serpent. As it thrashes to get free, Kong drives his fist through its rotting chest, past bone and decaying muscle, and grabs that glowing heart. He rips it free. The anaconda lets out one last soul-crushing shriek as the green light sputters out. Its body convulses and then dissolves into a cloud of black dust and ash, scattered by the wind. Victorious, but wounded and weary, King Kong stands tall. He glances at his scorched arm, then out at his coastline. He lifts his head to the sky and lets out a roar of triumph that echoes across his kingdom. Skull Island is safe once more. The Guardian has stared down death itself and won. So what monster should Kong face next? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to see more epic monster battles, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.